Hello, it's Kristen here and I'm back for our stitch along, and we're going to continue with Lazy Daisy, and we're going to do another two variations of Lazy Daisy or detached chain combination flowers. So we're going to do a little flower that almost reminds me a bit of how a echinacea flower looks with its downward facing petals. So we're going to start by coming through with a piece of knotted thread and doing a regular detached daisy stitch, but rather than pulling the thread all the way through, we're going to wrap the thread around the needle anti-clockwise twice. We're then going to hold on to the knot while we pull it through, and we're going to get this little foot on the end of it, which we're then going to just anchor down by popping through to the back of the fabric. So you can see it's created a little French knot style foot, and then we're going to do one of those on the other side. So again, it starts like a regular Lazy Daisy or French knot, but rather than taking the needle all the way through, you then do two anti-clockwise twists around the needle, hold on to that little twisted knot as you pull the thread through, and then anchor your little, what they call a foot, that little sort of foot bit down, anchor that down into the fabric. And then for the middle bit of this flower, you're going to pop up at the center down here, and then you're going to do your regular sort of Lazy Daisy, so we're not doing a knot in this one, and you're going to bring it up to form a petal this direction. So it gives you just that nice little sort of pointed end on the petal, and then you're going to anchor that down at the back. So it's a bit of a lighter thread, but hopefully you can see it. So you just get those nice little finishes on the petal there, and then a regular sort of Lazy Daisy sitting in the center with a petal coming down that sort of sits over the top of the other two. So that's quite a sweet little petal flower. So I'll just tie that off at the back, and then we'll work on our other combination stitch down the bottom. Okay, so we're going to bring our thread through, say about here, and we're going to do a regular Lazy Daisy stitch to start on an angle, and we're going to pull it through like we normally do. Try not to pull the knot through from the back like it just happened then. I'll just remove that back to the back. So we've got our first little stitch. Now, rather than anchoring it down, we're then going to just take a blanket stitch along. And the main thing with a blanket stitch is to make sure that your thread is under the tip of the needle so that you form another loop. And then we're going to do another loop again, like this. And that gives you what they call a little sort of daffodil-like trumpet stitch, and to finish that off you then just take it to the back, just slightly over the loop, and then you get your little trumpet. Let's massage the fabric so the whole sort of just goes back into the fabric weave. So we can do another one of those over here. So we do our regular little Lazy Daisy to start, and then we do our blanket stitches. And you could obviously do more of these, like you could do a 5 number of them, just starting at a different sort of angle to allow enough space. But I'll just stick with the 3 because I think they'll be a pretty little feature along the bottom here. I do like these combination stitches, sort of putting together different things we've learned into. So again, just do your first Lazy Daisy and then do your blanket stitches. it down into the back of the fabric, just sort of over the last stitch. Another lazy daisy, and then another 2 blanket stitches. Oops, catching on the hoop clasp. And anchoring it down. And our final one over here. Oops. Oops, and caught on my clasp again. Let's angle it over this way. Lazy daisy. And then there we go. They are the little trumpet style flowers. So I think they are very, very cute. So I'll tie those off, and I will say farewell for this episode, and I'll see you back for tomorrow, where we are going to be doing detached wheat ear stitch. So I'll see you back for that. Thanks everyone.